Welcome back to Horoscope TV. It is fantastic to have you with us again.
It's great to be here.
Today, we are turning our gaze toward one of the most intense, complex, and frankly fascinating signs of the zodiac. If you are a Scorpio, or if you have a Scorpio in your life who you are desperately trying to understand, and let's be honest, who isn't, you are in the right place.
You're definitely in the right place. And you are so right. We aren't just reading a fortune cookie today.
No.
We are analyzing a massive astrological weather system moving through the Scorpio sky in February 2026. This isn't just about whether you'll, have a good hair day.
Right.
This is about structural changes in your life.
Exactly. This is not your daily, you might find a penny on the sidewalk horoscope. We are looking at the entire month of February 2026. And looking at the astrological data, I have to say, it looks like a blockbuster movie script.
It really does.
We have eclipses, we have major planetary ingresses, and we have some explosive alignments. It feels big.
It really is a pivotal month. When we analyze the charts, we see a distinct narrative arc. It's a story of tension.
Tension? Okay.
On one side, you have this huge pull toward the domestic, the private, the sanctuary.
Right.
And on the other side, you have a demanding new era of discipline in the daily grind. It's a tug of war.
A tug of war is the perfect way to describe it. So our mission today is to help the Scorpio listener navigate this. We want to help you figure out how to build that safe home base while simultaneously managing this heavy-hitting new work cycle. Because if you get this wrong, it feels like burnout it's just inevitable.
Completely. And we can't ignore the headlines. We have 3 massive events to unpack.
Let's hear them.
First, a life-altering solar eclipse.
Yeah.
Second, Saturn, the taskmaster of the zodiac, making a huge move into Aries.
Okay.
And third, an end-of-month alignment involving your ruling planet, Mars, that frankly looks a little dangerous if you aren't prepared.
Dangerous if not prepared. Okay, let's unpack this immediately. We need to start with the big picture shifts, this whole home versus grind dynamic. Let's talk about the solar eclipse happening on February 17th. Eclipses are always a wild card, aren't they?
They are the jokers in the deck. They absolutely are. They speed up fate.
Yeah.
So on February 17th, we have a solar eclipse taking place in the sign of Aquarius. Now, for Scorpio, Aquarius rules the bottom of the chart.
Bottom of the chart.
Astrologically, this is the 4th house.
Yeah.
It represents your home, your family, your physical living space, and your emotional roots, your foundation.
The bottom of the chart sounds so fundamental, like literally the foundation of a house. It's what holds everything else up.
Precisely. Is the foundation. And when a solar eclipse hits this sector, it acts like a massive spotlight, or sometimes more like a lightning bolt hitting the basement of your life. It signifies a major new beginning. The data indicates that many Scorpios might just suddenly decide to move house during this time, or perhaps start a significant renovation.
Yeah.
It's that feeling of, I cannot stay in this environment 1 second longer.
I get that. And the forecast here says there's a specific urge to create a sanctuary. It's not just about, painting the walls a nice color. It's about safety. It feels psychological.
That is the key word, safety. Scorpio is a sign that already values privacy so much.
Oh, absolutely.
You aren't the type to have the blinds wide open with the lights on at night. But with this eclipse, the psychological need to retreat and lock the door to the outside world is going to be overwhelming.
Like a fortress.
A fortress of solitude, exactly. It's about creating a space where the emotional intensity of the world just can't get to you. You might see changes in family dynamics, too.
How so?
Maybe a decision to live closer to family, or, and this is just as likely for Scorpio, a need to set much stronger boundaries with them to protect your peace.
That makes a lot of sense. So, on one hand, we have this intense, almost primal desire to nest, to pull up the drawbridge, to buy all the fluffy blankets and install the best security system.
Yeah.
But then, just 3 days before this eclipse, on Valentine's Day of all days, February 14th, we have this other massive shift.
Right.
Saturn enters Aries. And Saturn isn't known for being cozy.
Not at all. Not even a little bit. And this is where the conflict, that tug of war, really starts.
Okay.
Saturn is the planet of discipline, of structure, of hard-won responsibility. It moves slowly. And when it changes signs, it marks a 2 to 3 year cycle. It's a big deal.
A whole new era.
A whole new era. And it's entering Aries, which for you, Scorpio, rules the 6th house.
The 6th house, that's daily work, right? The routine, the stuff we have to do.
Correct. It's the sector of daily work, health, and routine. I call it the chore sector.
Huh. I like that.
It's the alarm clock. It's the meal prep. It's the endless emails. And when Saturn, the planet that demands we grow up and take responsibility, enters the sector of your daily grind,
Oh, no.
the universe is handing you a new schedule. And it is not a light schedule.
The forecast mentions that Saturn does not tolerate laziness. That feels a bit personal. It feels like a drill sergeant just walked into your bedroom at dawn.
That is the nature of the planet. It's not personal. It's just Saturn. Saturn rewards hard work, but it demands payment up front, in sweat.
So what does that look like practically?
For Scorpio, this shift means you might be taking on a much more demanding new job. Or perhaps your current role suddenly requires a level of organization and seriousness you haven't had to display before. It's the end of winging it.
No more flying by the seat of your pants?
None. The pants now have to be perfectly ironed and part of a uniform.
So let's put this all together then. You have the eclipse on the 17th screaming, stay home, renovate the kitchen, cuddle up on the couch, hide from the entire world.
Yes.
And you have Saturn arriving on the 14th yelling, get up at 5 a.m., hit the gym, work a 10-hour day, and for heaven's sake, be hyper-organized.
That is the essential tension of February for Scorpio.
Sure.
You are going to build a cozy nest in the middle of a boot camp.
Wow.
And navigating that balance is going to be the absolute definition of your success this month. You cannot neglect the work. Saturn won't let you. But you cannot ignore the emotional need for sanctuary, or the eclipse will force the issue, probably in a way you don't like.
It sounds exhausting just thinking about it, truly. But we haven't even touched on the fun stuff yet, or what usually is the fun stuff. Let's move to part 2. Love and romance.
Yes.
Is there any good news here? Because with Saturn in the mix, I'm a little worried about the Valentine's Day vibes.
There is absolutely good news, fantastic news even, but it comes with a time limit. It's got an expiration date.
Oh.
We have what I like to call a golden window, right at the start of the month. If you are looking for love or looking to reconnect with a partner, you need to act fast.
Okay, I like the sound of a golden window. When is it? Give us the dates.
It kicks off around February 10th. This is when Venus, the planet of love and beauty and pleasure, enters Pisces.
Ugh, Pisces. A fellow water sign.
A fellow water sign, exactly. When Venus is in a fellow water sign, it creates a trine aspect to your sun. It's a harmonious, flowing energy. It's like swimming downstream in a warm river instead of fighting the current.
The forecast calls this magnetic and charming. It sounds effortless.
It activates the 5th house for Scorpio, and that's the house of true love, romance, creativity, and play. It's the fun house.
So the vibe here is
magical. It's just magical.
Yeah.
It's not just about a quick date or a hookup. It's about soul connections. Because it's Pisces energy. It's deep, it's intuitive, it's borderline psychic.
You know that feeling when you just look at someone from across the room and you just know?
That's the energy. That is exactly the energy.
So for the single listeners, this is the time to actually leave the house, even if that eclipse is already making you want to stay in.
Absolutely.
Oh.
You have to. From the 10th onwards, for a little while, you are attracting admirers without even trying. The energy is just emanating from you. People will notice.
And for couples.
For couples, this is the soulmate connection feeling. It's a time to deepen the bond, to get lost in each other. It's poetry and music and long dinners where you talk until the restaurant closes. It's beautiful.
But you said there's a time limit. The clock is ticking on this romance.
Unfortunately, yes. This beautiful, dreamy Venus energy starts on the 10th. But remember what happens on the 14th.
Saturn moves into the work sector. The drill sergeant arrives.
Exactly. We call this the Saturn dampener. Just as the romance is heating up to this beautiful, soulful peak, Saturn creates this incredibly busy, serious, and frankly draining energy in your daily life.
Oh, that's just cruel timing.
Isn't it? And the risk here is very real. You might be so focused on this demanding new job or this new rigorous health routine that you simply forget. You forget to nurture the romance.
That is tragic. You have this beautiful soulmate energy right there, but you're too busy checking off your to-do list. Sorry, honey, I can't look deep into your eyes right now. I have to reorganize the spreadsheet.
It happens more often than you would think. The forecast explicitly warns, do not let your duties kill the romantic vibe. Saturn can dry things up if you aren't careful. It just sucks the moisture out of the room.
So what's the strategy? If I'm a Scorpio, how do I fix this? How do I keep the Pisces magic alive when Saturn is yelling at me to get back to work?
You have to be clever. You have to use Saturn's energy to save the romance from Saturn itself.
Fight fire with fire.
Precisely. Saturn loves a schedule. It loves discipline. So, literally, schedule the love.
Put it in a calendar.
Put date night in the calendar and permanent marker. Make it a recurring event. Treat the romantic time with the same seriousness and discipline that you treat your work meetings. If you don't carve out the space, the work will expand to fill every single waking hour. That's a guarantee.
That is great advice. Schedule the magic. Don't leave it to chance. It's so practical, but so important. Now, we have to talk about the end of the month.
Yes, we do.
The notes use words like explosive and shocking. It sounds ominous. What is happening on February 27th?
This is the most volatile aspect of the entire month, hands down. We have Mars Scorpio's ruling planet, the planet of drive, anger, and war squaring off against Uranus.
Uranus, the planet of sudden, shocking change. The lightning bolt.
The lightning bolt, exactly. A square is a harsh 90-degree angle of conflict. So you have your ruler, the planet of war, in a direct conflict with the planet of revolution.
And where is this happening in the chart? Context is everything.
It's happening in the relationship and partnership sector, your 7th house.
Oof, okay. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. Mars is aggression, Uranus is unpredictability. In the house of us.
It certainly raises the stakes. When your ruler, Mars, clashes with Uranus in the partnership zone, it creates an intense, overpowering need for freedom.
A feeling of being trapped.
Exactly. If a partner tries to control you, or if you feel suffocated in any way, even if it's just perceived, the reaction is likely to be sudden and explosive.
What does that look like?
We are talking about sudden arguments that come out of nowhere, or in some cases, sudden breakups. It's the energy of, I'm done, I'm out. No discussion, just an explosion.
And to make matters worse, as if that wasn't enough, Mercury goes retrograde the day before, on February 26th.
Yes. The universe is really piling it on here. And Mercury goes retrograde in your fun sector, the 5th house, which can also relate to romance.
So what does that add to the mix?
So you have Mercury retrograde, causing all the classic miscommunication, text messages being misunderstood. You may be dragging up old issues from the past. It can even bring old flames back into the picture just to complicate things.
Right.
Right at the exact same moment that Mars and Uranus are screaming for freedom and causing accidents.
So the vibe is, you're feeling misunderstood because of Mercury, you're feeling trapped because of Mars-Uranus, and you just want to blow everything up.
That is a dangerous cocktail.
Precisely. It's a moment where rationality can go right out the window very, very quickly. You're not thinking clearly. What is the survival guide for that last week of February? How do we navigate this minefield?
The strategy is simple, but it is so hard to execute in the moment.
Okay.
Count to 10 before you speak, before you react, before you send that text. Count 2, 10. The forecast says give your partner plenty of space.
So don't crowd them.
Do not crowd them, and don't let them crowd you. If you feel that irritation rising, that feeling in your chest, do not engage immediately. Walk away, take a breath, go for a run.
Acknowledge the feeling, but don't act on it.
Yes. Recognize that the planetary weather is stormy and you don't want to capsize the entire boat just because the wind picked up for a day. Don't make permanent decisions based on these very temporary emotions.
Prevention is better than cure. I saw that in the notes, and it really applies here. Okay, let's shift gears.
Yeah.
Moving on from love to the thing that is taking up all your time, work, career, and money.
Right.
We touched on Saturn, but let's dive deeper into this Saturn era in career. This isn't just a one-month thing, is it?
No, not at all. This is really the headline for your professional life for the next 2 to 3 years. Saturn entering the 6th house isn't just a monthly transit. It's a foundational shift.
And the 6th house is more than just email, right?
Oh, much more. It's about service. It's about the skills you have and how you apply them every single day. It's about craftsmanship, mastery.
The forecast says heavier weight of responsibility. Does that mean a promotion?
It can, but it's likely a promotion with some serious strings attached.
Mm.
You know, the kind where you get a new title, but you also get the workload of 3 people.
I know that kind of promotion.
We all do. You might find that your boss becomes much more demanding, holding you to a higher standard. Or if you are self-employed, the market itself demands more excellence from you. You can't get by on charm anymore.
So it's about upskilling.
Definitely. You might have to learn difficult new skills, maybe new software, new legal protocols, a new methodology. It's the kind of work that isn't glamorous. It's the grunt work. It's mastering the nuts and bolts of your craft.
And why is this happening? Is the universe just trying to punish Scorpios? Here, do more paperwork for 2 years.
It feels like that sometimes, but not at all. Saturn is the builder. This is about foundation building.
Okay.
If you put in the hard work now, this chop wood, carry water phase, you are setting yourself up for massive success in a couple of years when Saturn moves up to your ascendant or your 7th house. But for now, it's about deferring gratification. It's about proving to yourself and to the world that you can handle the load.
Now, how does the eclipse factor in here? You said the eclipse is in the home sector. Why would that affect my job?
It affects it because the home and career exist on an axis. In astrology, the fourth house of home and the 10th house of career are fundamentally connected. They are opposite ends of the same seesaw,
So if one goes up, the other goes down.
or at least it shifts.
Yeah.
If you have a massive change at home, say a parent gets sick, or you move to a new city, or you decide to have a baby, that inevitably, unavoidably impacts your career.
Right, of course. So the eclipse might force a change in your work logistics.
Exactly. You might have to start working from home, which, with Saturn in the mix, blurs those lines even more.
Oh, that's tough. The office is now always open.
Always. Or you might have to reduce your hours to handle a family crisis. The challenge is balancing that Saturn demand for work perfection with the eclipse demand for family attention. It's a masterclass in juggling.
Let's talk about money. We all want to know about the bank account. Are we going broke with all these renovations the eclipse is pushing for?
The financial outlook is actually quite steady, provided you are smart about it.
Mm.
You have a huge opportunity for a reset. We have a last quarter moon in your sign, in Scorpio, on February 9th.
A Scorpio moon.
Yes, this is your budget check day. This is your power day for finances.
A day to cut expenses.
The perfect day. Scorpio is naturally very good at resource management. You're the sign of other people's money, of depth, of resources. Use that moon on the 9th to review everything. Cancel the subscriptions you don't use. Look at where you're leaking cash. It's a day for releasing bad financial habits. Tighten the ship before the storms.
That's very strategic. But then a week later, on February 16th, the data says we have a lucky strike.
We do. Mercury trines Jupiter. This is a lovely flowing aspect. And for you, it involves your creative sector.
The fifth house again?
The fifth house again. So if you have a side hustle, a hobby, or a creative idea you've been sitting on, this is the moment it could pay off. You might get a great idea that leads to income down the line.
The forecast says trust your instincts on investments.
It does, but it follows up with the very important do not bet the farm.
Ah, there's Saturn again.
There's Saturn again whispering in your ear. Saturn says, income comes from a steady grind, not get-rich-quick schemes. So if you feel lucky on the 16th, by all means, buy a lottery ticket or invest a small amount in that art project. But don't you dare gamble the rent money. It's about calculated risk, not reckless gambling.
Speaking of spending money, the renovations, we talked about the eclipse making people want to completely overhaul their homes. That sounds expensive.
It is the biggest financial trap of the month. The urge to splurge on the home around February 17th will be intense. You'll want that new couch, that new kitchen, right now. You'll feel this compulsion to rip up the carpets.
And with Mercury going retrograde just a week later?
Buying big-ticket items right before a retrograde is classic bad astrological advice. It's a recipe for buyer's remorse.
How so?
The delivery will be delayed for weeks, the couch won't fit through the door, you'll get it home and realize you absolutely hate the color. The advice here is crystal clear. Get the quotes now. Do the research. Pick out the paint samples. But wait to swipe the credit card until things settle down in March. Patience will literally save your wallet.
Smart. Very smart. Now let's pivot to something that Saturn is also highlighting in a major way. Health and wellness. This feels inevitable if Saturn is moving through the 6th house.
This is unavoidable. When Saturn enters the health sector on February 14th, your body sends you a bill. It's an invoice for all past neglect.
Oh, boy.
If you have been ignoring your physical well-being, skipping the dentist, eating poorly, not sleeping enough, Saturn will make you pay attention. A little ache becomes a bigger problem.
It mentions specific vulnerabilities in the data. Teeth, bones, and joints. Why those specifically?
Saturn traditionally rules the skeletal structure, the teeth, and the skin. It's the frame of the house, the things that give us structure.
So aches in the knees.
Aches in the knees, dental issues that can't be ignored, stiffness in the joints. These are the wake-up calls. It's the body saying, I need maintenance. I need you to take me seriously.
But it's not just about problems, right? There has to be a silver lining.
Absolutely. From a different perspective, it's the best astrological time to commit to a routine.
Because Saturn loves routine.
Exactly. Saturn rewards discipline. If you start a workout plan now and you push through that initial resistance, you will build long-term strength. This isn't about a quick fix detox for a week. It's about a lifestyle change that lasts for years. It's about building a body that can carry you through the next decade with integrity and strength.
But we also have to look at emotional health in all of this. The eclipse sounds incredibly draining.
The eclipse on the 17th is emotionally heavy. Stress at home, arguments with family. That releases cortisol. It manifests physically. You can feel it in your stomach and your shoulders.
It's all connected.
Completely. So the prescription for February is rest. Sleep is non-negotiable. You have to protect your emotional energy just as much as your physical energy. You can't run a marathon if you haven't slept, and you're in an emotional marathon this month.
And there is a warning about accidents at the end of the month. I'm guessing this ties back to that Mars-Uranus square.
It does, back to that volatile aspect on February 27th. Mars is energy and speed. Uranus is shock and surprise. When they square off, it creates hurry, rushing, impatience, and rushing leads to accidents.
So watch out for sharp objects. Is it that literal?
It can be. Sharp objects while cooking, machinery, even just tripping over the rug because you ran to answer the phone instead of walking. The forecast explicitly warns about inflammation and cuts.
Wow.
And you combine that impulsive energy with the brain fog of Mercury retrograde. You just need to slow down. The mantra, again, is prevention is better than cure. Just walk, don't run.
Okay, we are in the home stretch here. This has been so much, but so important. Let's talk about the people around you, the compatibility report.
Yes.
Who is your best friend this month, and who should you maybe keep at arm's length? Who's going to help you survive this intense month?
The gold medal for best match, without a doubt, goes to Cancer.
Cancer, another water sign.
Exactly. It's all about emotional safety. Cancer is a fellow water sign. They get it. They understand feelings without needing them explained in a PowerPoint presentation.
Right.
On February 9th, when you were doing that emotional clearing with the last quarter moon in your sign, Cancer is the one who is there to support you, to listen. They're the ultimate nurturers.
And they love the home, right? They're the homebodies of the zodiac.
They rule the home. It's their domain. So when you were in that eclipse mode of I need to build a sanctuary, Cancer is the one fluffing the pillows and making the soup.
That sounds amazing right now.
They provide the nurturing home base you desperately need when Saturn is beating you up at work. It's a soulful, resilient bond. They are the safe harbor in the storm.
And the one to watch out for. The one who might push all your buttons this month.
Aquarius.
That makes sense, given the solar eclipses in Aquarius.
It's a very volatile mix for you this month.
Yeah.
The eclipse is happening in their sign, which creates a natural tension, a square aspect with your Scorpio sun.
And the energies are so different.
Polar opposite in some ways. Scorpio wants depth, control, intensity, and to hold on. Aquarius wants detachment, freedom, logic, and to let go. It's like deep water versus high voltage electricity.
And that Mars-Uranus square we keep talking about.
That is the physics of the clash. Mars is your ruler. Uranus is the modern ruler of Aquarius. On February 27th, your ruler attacks their ruler.
So it gets personal.
Very. You will feel they are being unpredictable, unreliable, and flighty. They will feel you're being possessive, demanding, and overly controlling. It is a power struggle where absolutely no one wins.
So maybe reschedule that lunch date with your Aquarius friend for March.
I would highly, highly recommend that. Give it some breathing room, let the dust settle.
Before we wrap up, give us the luck cheat sheet. What are the specifics for Scorpio this month? The little detail.
All right, get your pens ready or your notes app. The power color of the month is maroon.
Maroon.
Specifically, color code, hashtag 800,000. It's deep, it's intense, it's very Scorpio. It's the color of wine and blood. It's powerful and it grounds you.
I like it.
Numbers.
Your lucky numbers are 8, 13, 18, 31, 40, and 52.
Okay. And what about the key dates to circle on the calendar?
February 7th and 9th are great for alignment and that emotional and financial clearing we talked about. And I would really highlight February 18th.
The day after the eclipse. Exactly. It often brings a moment of post-storm clarity. The decision you were wrestling with might suddenly become crystal clear. Pay attention to your thoughts that day.
Fantastic. So let's try and summarize this entire journey. It's a month that starts with beautiful, soulful romance.
For a short window.
For a short window, yes. Then it moves into a very heavy phase of work discipline and home renovation.
Tug of war.
And it ends with a need for extreme caution and patience in relationships to avoid blowing things up.
That is the narrative. In a nutshell, build your sanctuary, accept the hard work. Don't fight the Saturn energy, work with it. And when you get to the end of the month, do not take the bait.
Don't take the bait.
If someone picks a fight, if you get that angry email, just count to 10 or 100.
Here is a provocative thought to leave you with. We see Saturn demanding structure and Uranus demanding freedom happening at the exact same time. Why would the universe do that? Maybe, and this is just something to think about,
Mm.
maybe the discipline that Saturn is forcing on you is the only way to actually achieve the freedom that Uranus is making you crave.
Go on.
You can't be free if your life is a mess. You can't be free if you're in debt. You can't be free if your health is failing. Maybe the hard work is the price of admission for real freedom.
That is a profound thought. Structure creates the container for freedom. Without the cup, the water just spills everywhere. It has no power.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode on Horoscope TV. We really hope this analysis helps you navigate the choppy but exciting waters of February.
Indeed. Stay safe, Scorpio. It's a big one.
Make sure to subscribe so you get notified when the next astrological update is available. Until next time.